What's up, man? My name is Duke,
This is Travis,
born in Carolina.
lost in Seattle.
That's kind of corny. But look, man, 2020 is finally almost over.
One more day.
Well,
One more day.
day 30, yeah, day 30, yeah, so one more
Well,
day,
couple more hours.
a couple more hours. Down in is it Florida? It's packed.
Oh,
Down,
people,
yeah, people in Florida don't give a damn about the coronavirus.
they vacationing.
People, it's packed down there like it's a regular year. Negroes, and it's mainly Negroes. You already know that.
Different thing in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, Seattle is a bunch of we know how they is Looney Tunes, but
Liberals.
super liberals. But so you look at 2020, the standout moment obviously would be the coronavirus would probably take the cake, but you also had shootings, a mass
Ahmad.
shooting in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You had
A jogger being shot in Georgia.
yeah, Ahmaud Arbery. You had a George Floyd. Giant,
Rashard Brooks.
yeah, uh, yeah, Rashard Brooks. It's funny how we just forgot about the guy who was killed in the parking lot of a McDonald's, right?
Yep.
Of a McDonald's, and like it just that ain't the one that stood out
And
somehow.
then his side chick went and burned it down.
Yeah, Becky said she got to do what it do to do. Becky said y'all been telling her to step up, and she stepped up.
Listen,
Turns out, just like George Floyd, didn't George Floyd also have a black baby mama, but his fiance, quote unquote, was a white woman,
yeah, that's
but
the one
who they put on the front street.
who they put on the front street and had her going around town. You know,
Yeah, being Mother
it's
Teresa.
a
You know,
telling, but no, they had her. She was doing a press tours and pretty much telling all black people to be forgiving because that's what George Floyd would have wanted. He was a Christian man.
but he wasn't even with her no more. So she just was.
Listen,
So obviously you had the shooting, you had all this stuff going on, and obviously lately it's been politics. Niggas want that $2,000 check. Mitch McConnell
yeah,
stepped down and said, "Can't help you. Not gonna be able to do it."
listen.
But they're not telling the whole story behind that. Mitch McConnell blocking that bill. Let me just tell. They're not telling the whole story. Trump asked for more than just the $2,000.
Well, there was a lot of things in the bill that really didn't have nothing to do with the American people.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all all saw the clip, I mean not the clip, but y'all saw Trump come out and say all the stuff that was in the bill, and Saudi Arabia, not Saudi Arabia, Sudan getting 700 million, Israel
Yeah,
getting what 500 million, in Brazil and all that stuff.
and check out Jimmy Dory channel. He broke it down pretty well too. What was in that bill?
Yeah, Jimmy been going in on
AOC,
AOC
the
and them.
squad. He got their numbers listed in Washington, where to call, where to advocate uh, for us to vote for Medicare for all. So yeah, Jimmy Dore been going in for the progressives.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not no
But
progressive and all that stuff,
but
but
at this point, I feel like the progressives should just separate and have their own party, just separate from the Democratic Party and just call themselves
when
progressives.
they were told by the sheepdog, I'm sorry, Bernie Sanders, that they should stay with the Democratic Party. So we all
Well,
know the game. We know how they hustle.
I think at this point in the game, Bernie don't really have a say no more.
Oh no, they don't care.
They don't care what Bernie has to say.
So
Hopes
yeah.
of getting two
As a matter of fact, we're gonna show y'all the clip of this right quick. Um, show y'all this right quick.
checks are quickly evaporating. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell refuses to allow the Senate to vote just on the expanded checks. He has bundled the issue with two unrelated measures.
The Senate is not going to split apart the three issues that President Trump linked together just because Democrats are afraid to address two of them. The Senate's not going to be bullied into rushing out more borrowed money into the hands of Democrat rich friends who don't need the help.
Democrats who have already passed.
Well, what they're not telling you is there was two other things that Trump wanted. Hold on, let me go ahead and say something. Trump wanted more than uh, than just the $2,000. He also wanted the shield, the liability shield, taken away
From Google,
from Google. Remember, if y'all remember, around the election time,
YouTube,
he was constantly attacking them for quote unquote misinformation, or they were trying to stop misinformation by blocking stuff he said and all that stuff.
Well,
He didn't just ask for.
it's so bad that they when people put up stuff, especially from the right wing, they'll say this is false or this is inadequate information that you're being given.
Yeah, but it was always only one side though.
It was just for the Republican side, not for the Democratic Party side. You remember Ted Cruz went in on
I think it was
the Twitter.
Was it Twitter or Facebook?
It was Twitter. What's his
Okay.
name? I can't. The Twitter founder, the Twitter creator,
Twitter creator. Hold on, I forgot his name.
Jimmy. No, it's not. His name's not Jimmy. It's
Should remember his name. He like a damn hippie. Jack Dorsey. That's his
Jack
name.
Dorsey.
Yeah, Jack Dorsey. He took him.
Yeah,
to-
Ted Cruz went in on Jimmy Dorsey.
Yeah, you mean Jack Dorsey?
Jack Dorsey. Sorry.
Yeah, kind of, because it didn't really do nothing. Which I think that might have been a little bit of theatrics as well.
Could have been.
See, this is what I think happened. Trump came in and completely changed the Republican Party. They can never go, well, not for the next at least 2 to 3 elections. They can't go back to the establishment.
And they're afraid that he's gonna run again.
Well, he's
in
going to run again.
2024.
He's going to run again.
Unless somebody come along that's like Trump 2.0, then I think he won't run. He'll back that person.
I have a theory. I think, what if there's an independent candidate that comes along and they have the same, not want to say charisma, the same personality
As
as
Trump.
That willingness to just win, and some of the policies in that anti-corporate, anti-establishment energy of both him
Well,
and Bernie Sanders.
I think the best thing Trump could do is start his own news channel.
Yeah,
Because we know that the president really don't have no power.
yeah,
He
Pretty
has
much.
power to
Conversation with
veto
these
stuff,
young-
but he really don't have no power.
yeah, everybody knows, at least now you should, all the power is really in the in these tech companies. They
Yeah.
run the world at this point.
Yeah.
Facebook, Google, YouTube,
Twitter.
they run, Twitter, they run they pretty much had a big hand in this election on his own. Like, no one talks about, and let me say this before I get going, I'm not, aligned to either party. I'm not a person who's a follower of liberals or conservatives. But my point is, how did no one talk about the fact that Joe Biden's son had ties to Chinese and Ukrainian and Russian, if I'm not mistaken,
Russia too.
companies that was giving him money for doing work he had no history in.
No, he
He had
didn't.
no skills in.
He had no skills in
But
it.
somehow
He had
was
no
able to get
knowledge in
these-
it.
Yeah, he was able to get these jobs and make millions of dollars. But I read some of the emails and stuff, and all people tend to have paid attention to was the naked pictures and stuff. But the emails was the real killer. It had proof that at least somebody was accepting money from Chinese and all that, and it had proof that there was a money laundering going on in the whole system. But
Not even that. The freaking vice president Kamala Harris has a separate. She has a name in China. She has a citizen name in China, and we're not gonna talk about that.
ooh, China. Let me tell you something about. Let's get ahead and move on to Kamala damn Harris. Kamala Harris. So a couple of days ago, she did the
Lotus
Kwanzaa.
flower.
She did the Kwanzaa. She did a tweet for Kwanzaa.
Oh, they went in on her. Did she make a cornbread apple stuffing?
I didn't see that.
I think she made a cornbread apple stuffing, and they went in on it.
But yeah, if you can see right here, somebody made this right here. Does this look like someone who grew up celebrating Kwanzaa? Does it look like a family that is currently celebrating Kwanzaa? No, she does not celebrate this.
She's just a.
She's a fraud.
She's a fraud.
And somebody said all she had to say was "Happy Kwanzaa."
That was it. But she's so extra that
She has to prove blackness that she's not
she has
black.
to prove her blackness that she just has to go above and beyond.
She's not black, and I don't know why that's controversial. What's the name of that tribe in India?
The top tribe.
I forgot their name. Gosh. It doesn't matter. Anyway, she's a part of a tribe in India that is considered they're not like I heard someone
Brahmin
say,
Indian.
yeah,
That's what she
Brahmin.
is.
She's Brahmin. So I heard someone say I heard someone say that dark people or dark skinned people around the world suffer. And it's like, well, yeah, that's true. But in India, Kamala, oh, sorry, Kamala is with the Brahmin Indian people. She's an elite. She's not a part of the lower class people. She would have no oppression. Her own mother, on her birth certificate, marked white down.
Well, that's what they are. I have employees at work who are Indian and they classify as Caucasian.
Well, yeah, that's what they are.
So
I mean, if you look at an Indian person, and we can go in that Indian thing, the Indian people look like dark white people. But you know, over in like the UK, they call themselves black. In the UK, Indian people classify themselves as black. Just like the girl on YouTube, Shan Body. Y'all
yeah,
look her up, Shan Body, the one who got into an argument with
Lonnie Love off the reel.
Yeah, yeah. She got into an argument with Lonnie Love because Lonnie Love said that her tactics for dating were something white people would do. So she got mad, and when I went to one of her videos, she was talking about how she in high school and in middle school she didn't get any play from dudes. This is her right here. If you go to her YouTube, you'll see when she was in middle school, she said she got no play from dudes. Obviously, she went to a white school in Canada. She said in 9th grade, when she got to high school, she started getting play from dudes. And by the time she graduated high school, she wanted to go to a HBCU. So so in 9th grade, she began to identify herself as black. This is her words. She went to a HBCU, and you know the obvious thing happened. You got this girl who's not black in an HBCU dating black dudes. So she had a lot of beef with black women. And then she said something in her video where she was like, black men are very, very attracted to me. And I thought right there, that sounds like she's projecting. It sounds like you are very, very attracted to those black men. It's sort of like, what's her name? The woman Joe Budden was with.
Santana.
Santana, when she said how black men treat Latinas better. I think you simply are attracted to black men.
It's a fetish.
So your projection was that because you like black men, that means they treat you better. When that's just you. How would you know how good black men
They're not
treat
taking
black
it.
women? You're not black.
They're not judging it or taking it from an individual standpoint. They're taking it from a race or a nationality standpoint, which they shouldn't do.
Well, yeah, that happens a lot though. But yeah, we can move on to something else if you want to.
Let's go into the whole Jay Prince and Joe Budden.
Oh, Lord. The Jay Prince, Joe Budden story. All right, so Jay Prince got into a clubhouse with Joe Budden, and you can tell from the beginning he was looking for a fight from the beginning. And Joe, I don't know what happened before the video started recording. He was trying to stay off of it, but you know, at some point you get pulled into it, and you have to debate it.
What kind of makes me upset was when watching the video, it was like he was beating around the bush and he just wouldn't come out directly and say who he felt like Joe Budden had been disrespectful to. I think that would have, if he would have just got to the point, then we could have got some sort of understanding. Because
Yeah,
we didn't watch it all the way through, I don't think, but we still don't know what he was talking about.
yeah. I watched.
He brought up Yachty.
Yeah,
I suppose that's who we came to a conclusion
that seems to be who Joe Budden thought he was talking about. Well, this is a little bit of the video.
And not even that, let's just have an intellectual conversation. One thing I was given is the game, and you know that.
Oh, I don't have any questions.
The question is, do you have a question to ask Junior?
No.
Because I see that you reciprocate negative energy to certain individuals. I wanted to see if you can reciprocate that energy to me, and we just can have an intellectual conversation. You talk to a bunch of dummies, and
So now his whole point is that Joe Budden does interviews and he disrespects people. But you just disrespected them just now by saying they're dummies.
Yeah.
When Joe Budden says something about them, for the most part, it's music. You just attack their intellect. So who really disrespectful?
He's disrespectful.
It's crazy, man.
I don't want to discredit any niggas, but you talk to a bunch of niggas who don't know how to speak and can't articulate themselves in the right manner to deliver the right message. But can you do that with a man who can decipher himself in the proper manner when they got there? This I know what you did when they got there. So I don't know if it was for personal means or podcast means, whatever.
It is us outside of critique and just giving information and funneling information that wasn't readily available to me when I came in.
There's a lot of ways to do that.
Yeah, I understand that
You got his hype man in there.
perspective, Joe. Like I understand that.
It's never to disrespect niggas. It's certain shit I won't even touch on my platform. Like I run my shit very differently than how hip hop media is ran. Like it's not to play with niggas. It's not. And I don't have people on my platform, my podcast, that I wouldn't fuck with in real life or have a conversation with in real life. I'm not.
You done disrespected a bunch of niggas on your platform though. I done watched it.
We still don't know who these people are.
I think Joe is more of a person who tries to give insight to the business and give advice on things that he's gone through in the business. It's almost like he's trying to mentor
Well, yeah.
These young artists through his podcast.
But that's what he does. He always talks about ownership and, that whole thing, which is what, the whole him versus Charlamagne.
That it didn't need to be created because you could have said the same thing that you said in public behind closed doors, and it would have gave them more meaning. So therefore, if you want to give your audience meaning, if you want to really be beneficial to your audience, if you really want to give your audience direction, then you'll understand that if you give them that in a different platform and then have a different conversation with them on another platform, that you'll get way further than what it is that you're getting based upon trying to belittle somebody publicly.
Yeah, so this dude just like hearing himself talk.
Pretty much.
He's been told that he's smart by somebody. Somebody told him that.
Somebody told him he was smart.
Somebody told that man that. But yeah, man, that whole Joe Budden thing. We don't ignore how much stuff Joe Budden been through this year. He allegedly messing with his dogs, jacking his dogs off, and the whole thing.
You know what? It's a shame. This man decided to leave Spotify.
And all this drama came.
All hell broke loose, and they tried to just smear this man's name through the mud.
I don't know. Would this be classified as a successful year for him, or would he be looking back at this year and think he had a lot of stuff he had to deal with?
I think he should take this year as a win because he understood his value at Spotify, and instead of him renegotiating for his contract, and he was like, "No, I'm just going to do my own thing and start my own business, start my own network." He has a podcast with some young ladies called "See the Thing Is."
Yeah.
I know, but he's venturing off and he's trying to start his own, his own shows on his
what
platform.
What are your comments on that "See a Thing Is" situation?
I don't want to speak negatively on it, but I'll speak honestly on it. One of the things that kind of struck me is I'm gonna be honest. So he has 3 women on this platform, and and it reminds me exactly of his podcast. He has I think she's Haitian. He has a Haitian American young lady on there, and then he has another biracial young lady that's on there that is of Caribbean and Caucasian descent. And then I think he has another biracial girl on there. Now, I'm not for sure if her father is African American or if she's some sort of foreign black. But it would have just have been nice if he would have had a Black American female podcast, and they would have been all black, like pure, like fully black. You know, Joe was going around preaching this like pro blackly black thing for like a couple of months. So yeah, what's your take on it?
Uh, it's a show that was made for an audience that ain't me.
Yeah,
I have no.
I mean,
negative-
I don't watch it either, but I'm
I
just
watched a few clips, and
yeah, we watched a few clips.
obviously, I'm not going to talk about a show that is for an audience that's not me. I'm not going to speak negatively about it, but the reason why it's even coming to my mind was I feel like he went about it. His audience isn't that type of audience. So
But maybe he's trying to attract. He does have females that come and watch his podcast. So maybe he was trying to capitalize off of that and give them something similar to what he has, but gives it a perspective from women. Does that make sense?
yeah, I mean, I wish him much success. Now, there's this video I want to show you. So we're gonna go ahead and go into some ratchet stuff. So there's this video I'm about to show you of there's this woman. In this video, she's it's this woman with some kids. I don't think they're her kids, but hopefully they're not. So this woman, she starts to dance. I want you to see what happens.
Lord.
You just need to see what happens.
Oh, buddy, how did you get to that? I did this. Okay? So, you know what? One of them was coming in, right? So, I pulled together there. You was holding on this? Yeah. There to go. I was like, I don't know. I'm honestly with it. You stupid, bro. You're stupid as fuck. I do dope. Yeah, wait, what you doing? Alright, let me show y'all some shit on the thing before.
Even the little boy said, "Hey, what you doing?" The little boy like, well, "Hey, what's going on? We just dancing. Why you putting
Now,
your pants down?"
if this would have been a male,
Just wait. You're not even getting to that. Just wait.
Put on that, Bubba. Hold that. Get that lotion.
Bow, yeah. Hey, bow.
While moving, pause. Wait, what you doing? I was right there. I got him. Oh, buddy, how did you?
That's the video.
black women.
No, let's not put this on black women. Ain't no way in hell. Listen, let me say this. I've seen this growing up. Grown women dancing on little boys. That's nothing new. I've seen grown women take a little boy's face and put him in their cleavage as a joke. I was giggling and laughing.
When this happened?
What you mean when this happened?
When did this happen?
Well, some of our family members.
Okay, we'll talk about this off air.
Because I've seen them take little boys' faces and put them in their breasts.
No, I've never experienced that as a child. I've never seen that as a child.
Oh, I haven't experienced it, but I've definitely seen it. Like, yeah, I remember when I was maybe 9. No. I think I might have been 14, 13, 12, 13. And I was at a family member's house, and they was having a party, and a certain song came on. She began to twerk and looked me dead in my face and started twerking towards me. I'm 12, 13 at this point. Now, when I look at that video, it seemed like a damn sex demon just jumped on her.
Some jumped on
She
her.
was twerking with her pants on a little boy, and then she kind of giggled,
And
then she started stuck that tongue out.
her ass looked bigger in the pants than they do outside the pants.
But she had that tongue stuck out, and she couldn't control herself. Like, watch this. When everything was, it was all rotten, but she was just bad. It was just bad at first.
Oh, buddy.
It wasn't until her tongue came out.
How did you get to that? I did this.
See, it's just
Okay.
twerking.
Yeah, wait, what?
You're stupid as fuck. I do dope.
She giggling right here. The tongue came out.
Yeah, wait, what you doing?
Hey, yeah, wait, what you doing? What the hell going on? But yeah, so we went through a lot of stuff very quickly. Just that whole situation, though, on a serious tip, it shows how young black boys and their the things that happened to them as a child isn't talked about. That's why places like the Black Manosphere is very needed, especially with the guys like Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, and now we got Green, what's his name, Green Gorilla, and what's the other guy, Dr. Ron Neal, something like that. Those guys bring not just, they don't just say, like, we all can talk about it, but they give you numbers and facts to show you that this stuff is real and it's never talked about enough. You know, but we gonna get into some of that in the next show. We're gonna get into that movie Ma Rainey, Soul, and all that stuff. But yeah, this stuff is crazy. I want to show you something else. Tell me what you think about this.
Hi, I am a registered nurse in Nashville, Tennessee, and my name is Kalila Mitchell. I'm reaching out to everyone about the COVID-19 vaccination. I recently took the COVID-19 vaccination. After the shot, I felt fine, but within 3 days, I went to the doctor because I had problems with my face. The whole left side of my face, actually. I have Bell palsy now. And as you can see, I can't smile. I'm trying to smile. I'm just getting embarrassing for me. But I just want everyone to know that I think this vaccination is the worst thing ever. And I would not give this to anybody, even my worst enemy. Please, America, they do not care about us. Do not take this vaccination.
Please do not take that damn shot. Don't take that damn shot. If it comes down to you, your life, or a job, put in your 2-week notice. That's what I plan on doing.
Yeah, that was sad, man. But that's not the first case. Before the vaccine was greenlit, there was reports of people getting this Bell palsy. I'll show you the proof.
Misinformation. So Lauren Verno and our News4Jax Trust Index team is hard at work to help separate fact and fiction. So, Lauren, what did you find out?
Tarek, Joy, so what we know right now, this is the post that is circulating around social media. It's a tweet that says, these are 3 of the 4 volunteers who developed Bell's palsy after being vaccinated with the Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. So that's where we started with our Trust Index.
This is something that's popular going around social media now, particularly amongst the anti-vaccination crowd.
UF Health Jacksonville Director of Infectious Disease Chad Nielsen says misleading posts like this one are very common and reminds everyone not everything you read on social media is true.
There's no evidence of that for this vaccine yet. Certainly when Pfizer released their clinical trial information, the adverse events were reported. There was nothing serious. I'll go on and say there were deaths in the clinical trial. None of which were due to the vaccine.
Wait.
America, America, home of the wicked.
There were deaths during the vaccine trials, but they were not from the vaccine.
That's a lie.
We don't know if it's a lie. The point of the matter is, how the hell can someone die during your vaccine trials and you immediately say it's not because of the vaccine? Remember when the numbers for coronavirus was just going crazy, and have anybody noticed the flu numbers are historic lows, but coronavirus is just going up? Almost like they're taking some other way somebody is dying and throwing it in the same basket as coronavirus or COVID-19.
America, home of the wicked. Uh-oh.
This is the face to droop. In Pfizer's trial, all 4 participants who experienced Bell's palsy received the COVID vaccine. However, in Moderna's trial, 3 participants who experienced Bell's palsy got the vaccine, 1 got the placebo. Dr. Elizabeth Ransom with Baptist Health says that should not deter anyone from getting the vaccine.
Just like there were some cases of appendicitis in study participants, both in the placebo arm and in the vaccine arm. Well, appendicitis happens in the population as well. So these things will occur naturally.
The FDA recognized these cases of Bell's palsy before approving Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine, but says there is no evidence to link the two.
Line.
Oh,
Stay line.
Yeah, we already saw this young lady.
That's very sad.
Yeah, and then this wicked devil.
We not even going.
And look where he at in Seattle. We round this damn devil.
Yeah, he from Seattle. He's in Bellevue.
Yeah.
Right from Bellevue.
Yeah, it's really sad. Hopefully something happens where she can be cured. I don't know if that can be cured or not.
You know, it almost looks like a stroke.
Yeah, it's almost like a stroke. But yeah. Another thing. Oh man, I got so much stuff I can show you right now, but we're gonna stick to this. The bombing that no one is talking about.
They talked about it a little bit. They touched on
Anthony Warner's. I mean, sorry, his girlfriend is one who let people know a year ago, warned him 2019 that he was making bombs in his.
It wasn't enough evidence.
The cop said unfortunately it was a black sheriff. We didn't have enough evidence. And the crazy part is the white news anchor was going in.
Yeah, they went in.
He was like, if it was drugs, they would have tried harder.
No, he said if they were people of color.
Oh yeah, if it was people of color and it was drugs involved, they would have tried much harder.
And we know what they say when they say people. What they really mean when they say people of color, they say
niggas.
Yeah.
Well, now they starting to push that black indigenous.
No,
people.
Pac. Ain't nobody falling for no Pac. The only Pac we fuck with is Tupac. We don't fuck with no Pac. Black indigenous people of color, that shit went right out the door. That ain't trending. Nobody don't talk about that.
Well, they trying to push it.
It ain't gonna get through.
Just like you had AOC saying how we, as in black and
Latino,
and suffered
Latino
through slavery and all that stuff. Look, man.
You know what? Please give me an example where Latino people were in slavery. Just somebody. Put up an article, do a video breakdown of Latinos' history in slavery.
I know didn't they have
not Negro.
Not Negro.
Not Negro Latinos. We talking about Spaniard.
A lot of them, what was the name of that tribe? Native tribe, start with an S.
Seminole.
The Seminole Indians, we know were dark skinned.
They were Negroes.
They were Negroes, and they actually went to Mexico. When they actually went to Mexico.
They went to Oklahoma and then they went to Mexico.
Yeah, so some of those Mexicans you see that are really dark skinned, a lot of them are Seminole Indians or Negroes.
There were already black people in America.
Yeah, we are. But back to this, the bombing. So we had a bunch of we had a shooting in the beginning of the year in Milwaukee. Remember the mass shooting? Then you had the George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery,
Breonna Taylor,
the other guy, forgot his name. Then you had the coronavirus, Rashard Brooks. The coronavirus took over everything, and then the election came.
You know, I was depressed. Let me tell you, the election night, I went to bed in glee. I was like, Trump got this in the bag.
By the way, we are not Republicans.
We are not Republicans. We are not Trump fans. It's just the idea of us wanting to stick it.
Yeah, to see these people
reaction,
squirm, and because they was so
and you know
disrespectful to black men. But yeah,
they need something to talk about because who they gonna talk about in CNN and NSBC? Who are they gonna talk about now that Trump is gone?
Biden been talking for the past week. No one cares.
No one cares.
No one cares. Biden has been talking. He said that he's not gonna sign the executive order to get rid of debt. By the way, he already something he promised or something he said he might do. He already said he ain't doing. This word sounds so improper to me. The immigration. That word don't sound right to me.
Immigration.
Yes, that word don't sound
the immigration policies. He's not going to reform or do anything. He's gonna keep it just like it is.
Yes, he already said. He said he's gonna slowly change it.
And what he's gonna do with the coronavirus is just have everybody do a mandatory 100-day wearing masks. Motherfucker, we already doing that. We've been doing that
for 100 days. I remember Kamala. Kamala, where's his plan? What's his plan? And
What
then
is your
And
plan?
then Joe Biden says, 100-day lockdown with masks. It's like, we already doing that.
So everybody gonna quote unquote get sick in their house.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
We can go into that anyway. But yeah, this is the end of this. We're gonna go ahead and log off right here. This is the first of hopefully many. I don't know what we call this, a podcast or something. This is the first of many. I know it was a little out of order. We was all over the place. Try to get better. But thank y'all for listening. Please like and subscribe and comment. I got a video. I only got 2. Please give me some comments. Give me some interaction. Damn. But yeah, man. Hope you enjoyed the video and peace.